gets discouraging. We have our good days and fun activities. We just got through a bridal shower down in the fellowship room, and there's times where we're smiling and laughing and enjoying things, but there's a lot of times that we're not. There's a lot of times that, in addition to having personal problems, that the world is out there beating against us. And we live maybe not in a world or in a society that's hostile necessarily to Christianity, but certainly not that very much open to it in a lot of ways. And so because of that, we need a word described as encouragement in the Scriptures. For the most part, I don't know anybody that's ever said to me, you know, I'm just so encouraged that people are just constantly coming up and saying, boy, you're doing a great job, and keep at it, or can I encourage you? We don't ever hear that. I do hear a lot of people saying, I don't feel real good today. I'm depressed. I'm discouraged. I need some help. I need some prayers. And for those that don't say that, I know still there's many others more that deal with issues and need that concept of lifting up. Life tends to tear us down. Satan will, at any opportunity he can, utilize what's happening to you or create more things happening to you to discourage. It's interesting, that word, discourage. It's like reach inside you and pull out the courage that you'd like to have. Unplug it. Disconnect you from your source of encouragement and from the Lord. So as Paul is writing this letter here and reminding people of the second coming, it's a matter of encouragement to them, because there is something great to look forward to with the Lord returning to rescue us, to take us home. So at the end of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 9, 10, 11, actually kind of the middle part of that chapter, Paul says, "For God did not appoint us to wrath," leadership, apostles, or just as Christians as a whole. We're not appointed or put in the position as Christians to be vengeance takers on one another. Not wrath, but reading on here, it says, "But to obtain salvation through our Lord Jesus Christ." To go in the positive direction, to motivate or move or push or stretch us in the direction toward God, toward our Lord. Our Lord, verse 10, who died for us. That was what He did for us. That, whether we may wake or sleep, He's referring to death or life, that we should live together with Him. God's goal. I want you in heaven with me. He sent His Son to do that. And out of all of that, He says, there's a day coming when you're going to reap that reward. And then as He caps it all together in verse 11, then He says, "Therefore, encourage each other and edify." That word means build up, strengthen. Just do what you can to motivate people. Edify one another, just as you are also doing. Central is a great place to be. For those that are visiting, we're glad you're here. This church feels like family. For many of us, stronger than family. For those that have been here for any short period or long period of time, you have that sense of, this is where I belong. This is where I live. This is where I feel strong. This is where I feel like I ought to feel. A good connection with God. God wills for us to feel that way and to be able to utilize that that's within us at these moments of gathering together, to continue to have that thing reach out of us and stretch out of us, to lift up, to encourage, to edify, to build up more regularly. It can't happen just in the assembly. It needs to happen other places. We benefit when it does happen outside the assembly, because there's enough of the world and enough of Satan reaching in and sucking out of us life. We're here to put it back in. So for those that go to the breakout groups discussing that, and there'll be 3, at least 4 of them possibly, of different groups you can gather, and you're going to discuss, what can I do differently, better, whatever? How can I do this motivation, this encouragement to benefit one another? And you've got some leaders doing that. They'll be in the classrooms down at the bottom of the rank. But for all of us, we need that. And so this is just a moment to encourage you to encourage everyone in any way you can. And realize that sense of potential is in every human being. In the ways that God puts you in the places where you happen to be, uniquely made for a task to lift up, to encourage. But maybe tonight you just need some prayers. We had some that came forward this morning looking because of discouraging times in their life and needing prayers. Maybe that's you tonight. Maybe you need to commit to Christ because you've not done that. You know, He died for you. Will you live for Him? Come and be baptized if you've not done that. Or come and get your life right if you've gone away. We encourage you to be what you ought to be and encourage the way you need to encourage. But if you need to respond publicly while we sing, would you come?
1 and 1.